What do you call a podcast that's not yours? Nacho Average Daire podcast. That's what you call it. Hello, I am your host, Jamie Daire, and I wanted to say thank you for checking out the podcast. I'd like to say first and foremost, welcome. My name is Jamie Daire. I am the host. I always say I'm gonna try and do more of these, and ironically, I don't. Uh, I'm not sure why, what keeps me from doing it, but hey, that's the way it goes. We're here now, so we might as well enjoy the moment. Um, I'm not too sure if my computer is going to go bonkers or not because I just finished updating a video game um, called Apex Legends. I do like to play video games. I enjoy playing bass guitar. I enjoy playing guitar. Ironically, the more and more I dive down the bass guitar, the less I enjoy playing the regular guitar. It's kind of crazy when you think about it because everyone generally starts on a regular guitar or whatnot, and I put a lot of time into playing rhythms and things, but I don't know, playing the bass guitar, I feel like I can really dive into those rhythms, and I guess that's why I enjoy it so much. It's my thing. There's a lot of great bass players out there. There's many different styles and types, and there's plenty of them that I enjoy listening to. The older I get, the more I realize that I never really paid attention listening to music for so many years. I don't feel that they're wasted, but I feel like I could have definitely put a lot more effort and time into them. But hey, you can look back and you can observe, but then you got to come back to now, and that's where I am. And I'm very thankful for the privilege to being able to play music. Just to be out on the stage playing for crowds is a blessing, especially during times like this. We're slowly getting back to normal, but it's something that we all take for granted, and as musicians, and even at the managers and the owners and everything of the bars and the clubs and all the organizations and the fairs and things like that, we've all learned the value of what we're able to do with the live music when we're able to do it. So to any of the fellow musicians out there, I hope you're getting out and playing some gigs, and if not, I hope that some come your way soon. I'm going to take these off and see what that does. I like to isolate myself so I sound a little bit different, but that's okay. I don't really need them. They're just on right now because it's just picking up my voice. Anyways, yeah, there's a lot going in the world right now. Today's May 7th, officially. Before today, there was been some interesting news in hockey for anyone that follows it or enjoys it at all. Me, I really enjoy the Vegas Golden Knights, as I've talked on this podcast and talked about them many times. But this week, the news is about no one other than Mr. Tom Wilson. All this information you can look up online, watch videos for yourself if you'd like. I just want to get that out of the way. But Tom Wilson, from what I've gathered by reading and videos I've watched, they were playing a game. When I say they, I mean his hockey team that he's a part of. He plays for the Washington Capitals, and they were playing against the New York Rangers. And there was a shot on goal attempt where it was very bodied up at the corner of the goal. And, everybody's goal is to protect their goalie. But I felt with this, from what I watched, I felt like that was definitely not the case. So the way that I perceived it is that the puck, they went to push it in the back of the net. The goalie was on the ground. He had his pads spread out, and he blocked hit between the post and the leg or whatever. So the guy on the Rangers was trying to push the stick, the puck in, and then he was down on the ground, and Tom Wilson came up behind him, or actually over top of him, and punched him in the back of the head, and the guy was already laying down, so it was, bounced his head off the ice even because it was already on there. So it was a dick move. That's what it really was, because that's the way that Tom Wilson has played in the past, and that's the way he plays now. Some people like that. Good for you. I think the aggression and things in sports, especially hockey. I think it's that's what makes it exciting, and that's what makes it entertaining and fun to watch for anybody that gets into it. But watching somebody do that, where this guy's just laying on the ground and he just punches him in the back of the head. I'm just like, dude, are you serious? Like, why would you, like, I don't care what's going through your head, but that is just a dick move. And so in retaliation, one of the other Rangers who saw what was going on came up behind Tom Wilson and gripped him up and tried pulling him off. And then, of course, by that time, everybody gets involved, and it's, a boxing match. Well, I didn't really look and see what, came out of it for Tom, if he got a fight or nothing. I know whatever it was, the general census of people were not happy with it. In fact, the New York Rangers, I believe, put a post up saying that the director of safety should basically, step down, and a lot of other things. I can't remember it word for word, but somewhere on those lines. And yeah, they ended up getting uncoincidentally, they said they let the general manager and I believe the person above him, they fired both of them on the Rangers because of this statement. But they say that it's not because of the statement. It was for unrelated topic. Well, whatever. Who gives a shit? It happened. And so they fined them. The safety, committee of the NHL fined the New York Rangers $250,000 for this, which I believe is the biggest one ever, distributed like that. And this is all stemming off of Tom Wilson from the Capitals, one of their assistant captains. He's a great player when he wants to be, they say. But when he goes off the rails, he goes off the freaking rails. And so the New York Rangers are playing the Capitals again, like the 2 nights later or something. And as soon as they're all lined up at the very beginning of the game and the puck's getting dropped, as soon as he's dropping the puck, 3 sets of guys drop their gloves and drop their sticks, and they all square up. So you got three different groups of fights going on right at the very first second of the game. And it went on for, a little bit, and they finally broke everything up. And then 50 seconds later of gameplay, Tom Wilson gets on the ice, and as soon as he gets on the ice, and one of the Rangers went right up to him, and they got into a fist fight. And then there was 2 more. Unfortunately, I didn't get to watch the other 2 yet, but I am going to definitely catch up and see what they did. Something about it ended up in like the spectators' boxes or something. I don't know. I didn't get to see it, so that's just, I think, what I read somewhere in brief. But either way, I can't wait to see them. Just because they said it was 6 fights in the first period of the game. And, sometimes it's really cool to go back and watch those videos. Even though it's a bunch of bullshit, and, it probably shouldn't have happened, and they're adults, and blah, 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 whatever. I get it. I agree at the same time. But how exciting to watch the brawl. So you can watch it on YouTube. If you look up Capitals versus Rangers brawl. Yeah, I hope you enjoy it as much as I did, at least of what I got to see on it. So that brings me to Vegas Golden Knights. Wow, they are doing so great. As always, I'm very proud to be a Vegas Golden Knights fan. Watching the way that they handle themselves on the ice, they definitely are a voice of reckoning when they come in. They play aggressive but smart. Lots of strategic plays, lots of puck movement, and their goaltending. They have Marc-Andre Fleury, who is a beast. He just hit his 490th win the night before last, I believe, when they played against the Minnesota Wild, and I'll get to that in a second. You can count on that. But Marc-Andre Fleury and Robin Lehner, who's been an awesome goaltender. Not a backup goaltender, a goaltender. There's two goaltenders on the Vegas Golden Knights, and we're very blessed as a team to have that and be able to afford to have that right now. Because they're trying to go all in and win this Stanley Cup, because we've gotten to it the last couple seasons, every one of them really, and we just never get to move it to the full force. We're sitting at the top of our division. We can definitely do this. Come on, boys. We got this. We got this. But 2 games ago, the Minnesota Wild and the Vegas Golden Knights were playing. And all in all, it was a great game. It was very, very close in the score. There was a lot of great saves. Robin Lehner was in the net. They were just playing smart. And Minnesota's got this new talent on their team. I can't remember his name, but I know he's got or had 43 points as a rookie. That's very awesome. And he was there to show Vegas that he had a name of his own to make. So he played very well, and he got some pucks passed. And the Wild, they did great. I was obviously going to be very upset because the game was like 4-3 or something like that, or 3-2, I believe. Either way, Vegas was up by 1. They get to the last minute and a half, and the Wild get a goal on them, and you just watch them tie it up, and you're like, "Are you serious?" We're in the last minute and a half of the game, and they just tied it up. 15 seconds later, they get another freaking goal. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm watching this. I'm watching it unfold in front of my face. I'm just like, are you freaking serious? Holy crap. This is crazy. It's mind-boggling to me. Like, to be a fan of things, we all know, man, sometimes you're just like, holy crap, this is intense. And that's why we love the game. But the game ended up going to Minnesota. They won it. And so the next game, Vegas had something to prove. And it wasn't that they had to have Fleury in the net to prove a point or to play better. It was just they've been rotating every game between Lehner and Marc-Andre Fleury. And so we ended up winning the second game. It was an awesome game. From what I got to hear on my NHL app, because I didn't get it. The first game was on TV because I got Dish on my cell phone, the Dish Anywhere app or whatever it's called. And then the second game wasn't on, so the only way I could listen to it was on the NHL app, which you can get, obviously at any of your stores. Not sponsored, none of that garbage. I was just listening on it. But yeah, it was a good game from what I could tell, and Pittsburgh's been doing pretty good. One thing that I was I understand it, but I was kind of disappointed at the same time. But Robin Lehner had put a post up about, he said that the NHL forced them basically to get their vaccines to be able, because if they get their vaccines or whatever, they'll be able to loosen some of their restrictions and let them get back to their, normal life as well, their normalcy, and they're not. and they said that they don't have to. They didn't say that, but they don't have to. Let them get back to that. And what I mean by normalcy is they're pretty much only allowed to leave their house to go to practice and to go to games. They have to have such limited contact with their, people outside their household, I believe, things like that across the whole board. So that way they try to keep control on their COVID, you know, awareness and of what, in the protocol of it, because I believe it's the Canucks had missed a lot of games because I believe it was like 22 people on their team got COVID, like 4 staffers, which is crazy. And it's, that's just the real life that we're living in right now. But Robin Lehner, he's got a past of mental illness. That's not a bad thing. Basically, just anxiety, depression, and things like that. So he feels trapped. And I definitely understand that has got to be overwhelming for people that suffer from that. I can't even imagine, but I know that it does have to be hard, because when we were all locked down at first, especially, it was like you couldn't go anywhere, you couldn't do anything, you couldn't talk to your friends, couldn't see anyone, basically, and that was hard on a lot of people. So I understand his point when he said it, but I guess I feel at the same time like he's there to play hockey, and this is what he signed up for, and he's getting paid a lot of money to do this. But so his head it isn't probably the most in the game, and I can't be one to judge someone for that, because when I'm, most of the time when I take the stage, I'm trying so hard to focus on playing correctly that I mess up all the time, because I'm focused too much on it rather than just trying to be in the moment, just doing what you've practiced and practiced and practiced and practiced. These last few shows I've been really trying to let go, and I feel that it has been paying off, especially all the extra practice. But just like hockey or just anything, they require your practice and your effort and your attention. So if you're a professional goalie and during the season, you should be focused on being a professional goalie in the season. I guess that's me being selfish, because I am a fanatic, I guess you could say, of that situation, that team, and that game, and but at the same time, it bums me out to see that as a human being, that people are suffering loneliness and isolation, and to anyone that feels that way, I do hope that you have people out there you can talk to, or even start to see now that a lot more people are getting vaccinated, and us as a country, well, no matter what we all believe, one way or another, it's kind of moving in a more positive, direction. For example, Pennsylvania, Governor Wolf is lifting all restrictions, social distancing, basically on Memorial Day. And of course, I feel that Governor Wolf would be the absolute last person, holding out the fort as long as he can to not do that. I would say, if I'm being honest, that I'm not a governor, so I could never imagine how hard it's got to be, responsible for so many people and so many organizations and just so many things. So I'm not one to be able to judge him and the decisions he makes. But I feel that personally his decisions are, in good faith on us as a state. As I never thought I would have felt that way, but that's just, I guess, the way I feel about it. He's been trying his best, and I'm not a part of that situation, so I don't feel like I have a good judgment on the way he would do it. But when I heard that he's lifting the restrictions, all except for masking, I actually thought that was pretty wild. And then to me, that was like, that is kind of a sign that, we are going to take a big step towards normalcy as well. I guess, when I watched the video, he said that basically he's very proud of us as a state, and, he just feels that we're doing what we need to do. We just got to keep doing what we're doing. Whatever you're doing as an individual, keep doing it, because they say it's working. And I think it's awesome. Again, being a musician, I hope to be able to get out and play more shows and spread our music, because we're all very, very proud of it. And we work so hard on it that it's awesome. And to us, it's very awesome to us. It's us being able to tell our stories and share it with the people who, want to listen to it, and the people that we love. In fact, we got 3 songs copyrighted that I'll be able to play on a playback here one of these days soon, or play it on the cast here. But we got 3 songs copyrighted because we ended up recording. I know it took us long enough, but we ended up recording several songs in 2 weekends as a full band, which was awesome. And we really buckled down and did a proper recording of one of our songs that I know we're all very proud of. Jerry Chamberlain wrote some amazing lyrics. He narrates the story, and he does a great job. He finds the rhythm that all the rest of us have grown to love and appreciate, and we just add ourselves to it, the mix, and we make it our own. And it's really cool, and I cannot wait to be able to share those songs with you guys. Yeah, so just wanting to get to the normalcy and be able to get out and play those songs that we're, grinding on. We're actually scheduled, we're slated to play one festival around town here, July 17th. So that's going to be super exciting, because we get to play here in my hometown. I'm originally from a town over, but I've been here for 5 years, and I believe that constitutes as this is my hometown now. And so I'm super excited to play that, and it's our only festival that we have scheduled at all this year so far. Last year in 2020, we were scheduled at first to play, I believe, 2 fairs and a couple of other pretty cool festivals that all got canceled, and New Year's Eve parties got canceled. And my goodness, what a wild ride it's been. But for us as a band, I'd say it's been pretty productive. We've worked on several things. We've got to play some shows, and we've really learned to squash things and work together as a band, and it's awesome. And I'm so freaking proud to be a part of it. It makes me have something to do as myself when I'm not busy at work, or I'm not trying to be dad, or it's nice to have a mental break. I mean, I'm dad all day long. That's what I do. That's what I've known how to do. And music, it means a lot to me, but it doesn't mean anywhere near as much to me as my family does. But I am one of the people that are out there able to be blessed with being able to do that. Being able to go and play shows and, know that my family supports me. It's very awesome, and it means so much to me. And that's why I do it, is because I want them to be able to look at me and be proud of what my hard work You know, all those times that they see me just sitting around listening to songs or jamming on my guitar. You know, I want my daughter to see that this is why I do it, because that way you have something that you can always be able to look back on of me, you know, as your dad. That's why I do these podcasts, because I want my daughter to have, and everyone else, you know, that I might mean something to be able to have something to look back on and just know this is really who I am, and this is really what I do. And you know, I love being silly and I love being the life of the party, but I also enjoy just being, you know, like a fly on the wall, just quiet and just sitting around, hanging out with my friends, you know. I love it. And I'm blessed with the ability to be able to play shows. And um, we played last weekend. We're playing this weekend. We're playing next weekend. Learned some new songs that I never thought I'd ever learn in my life. We learned Word Up by Cameo. Um, we had a great time playing it because we were playing with a band called Word, so we wanted to surprise them, and we played Word Up. I actually, before they suggested we play it, I'd never even heard the song, to be honest, and I thought that was pretty wild. Uh, just because I'd never heard it, and I listened to so much music, different music growing up. But when I was going to listen to that, I ended up going down a rabbit hole, and I learned to play "Beat It" by Michael Jackson, and I convinced the other guys to be able to work on it and learn it so we could play it. And this weekend, I think in 2 days, I hope we get to play that at the show, and if not, you know, that's okay too. But really hope to be able to play that because I worked hard on it and it's very fun to play. Um, I never, you know, thought of learning different songs other than what I had to for the band, or let alone different styles, for a long time. Maybe it was the ego, maybe it was who the hell knows, but narrow-mindedness, not wanting to open your mind to new possibilities, or just being afraid to, who knows. But I've been going down rabbit holes of songs, and then I sit down and I either learn them or do my darndest to try. And I ended up learning, these songs. Eventually, here I'm gonna put videos up of me playing them. At least I really feel like I want to, and I got everything set up now to do it. Just now it's the time. But um, what? Come on, what's the name of the song? Well, Play That Funky Music is one. I learned to play. Ah, crap. I think it's a James Brown song. I feel good, dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, and I knew that I would. Now, yeah, there it is. Um, yeah, I learned to play that one. I learned to play, you know, a bunch of country songs. But I actually dove in the other night to learn on the bass, which is a video I want to put together real soon, and put up, is Lights by Journey. They do different chord progressions in that style of music, which is really high level playing, and that's what, you know, we're all striving for. So that's why I'm trying to learn their tricks. But that song Lights, wow! If you don't know which one I'm talking about, you should definitely look it up. Obviously, the vocals are definitely the story, and they do the most work. But the bass and the guitar and the drums and just everything, all the instrumental, it just makes that song just so beautiful. And that's what real music to me sounds like. And the older I get, the more I really get into listening to songs in their entirety and find the appreciation in it. And I can't believe I wasted so many years just being narrow-minded. Gosh, that's no way to be. Gotta open your mind to new possibilities in music and in life and friendships and just everything. And we're all programmed to just be stuck in our own ways, but it doesn't have to be like that, But hey, to each his own. Nothing you're doing's wrong. Nothing you're doing's right. If that's the way you feel, I feel everything's great as long as you're doing something and you're finding goals every day to keep you motivated to for anything, even to just go get the mail in the morning or to watch a certain show on TV or to uh, you know find a hobby of any type. I think it's awesome to have that uh, on on your possibilities of things you're able to do. Um, I have decided that I will keep these pretty brief because I guess when you feel like you're slating your time frame on a podcast, you're like, okay, well, I have to sit down for this long, and I have to do this, and I have to do that, and that takes that long. So everything starts to seem like work at times. So I have realized that with these podcasts, I'm trying to keep them going. I'm trying to not put dead space in it. I'm trying to make it enjoyable and get to the point on many things. But I also really enjoy telling stories, and this is the way that I'm able to do that without having to worry about copyrights and all kinds of other crap. Uh, so I just wanted to bring that up while I was thinking about it. Um, I do probably need to find some new hobbies. I was thinking of that the other day, but that doesn't always pan out for everyone because my hobbies have become big staples of what I do. I play video games. I play music. I spend time with my family, which is my favorite hobby because I get to learn so much about myself and about my girls, and I've learned a lot of patience, and I'm still working on many of my own personal, uh, you know, just like everyone else. But um, every time that I get to really spend time watching movies and things like that, I just learn how to slow down and just be patient and how to focus on the moment that you're in rather than trying to focus on all the other stuff that doesn't really have any value at that moment where you're spending time with loved ones. And we watched what was it? The new Mortal Kombat movie. Oh, so good. I know a lot of people have mixed emotions about it, and that's fine for them. I'm not gonna, say much about it just because I don't want to spoil anything. But I think that if you're into the Mortal Kombat lore, if you're into the storyline of that, or just want to see a pretty cool graphic movie based around fighting, I think you'll enjoy it. I know that my wife and I did. The kid, she wanted nothing to do with it, so which we kind of expected, and that was okay by us. Um, but both the wife and I, we got to watch it, and I think it was a good movie. Um, Music wise, I keep listening to Jason Aldean's album number 9. I'm excited to hear what number 10 will bring whenever they drop that. Um, Still digging my Tullahoma by Dustin Lynch album. The new Country Again album from Thomas Rhett that just dropped like last week. I've listened to that few times. I think it's pretty good. Every time I listen to it, I enjoy it even more. Um, I haven't been listening to Luke Combs for a while, but I still love that. But Morgan Wallen, Dangerous, the double album, man, that thing, I listen to it all the time. Uh, the whole album probably 3 times a week, just because I really enjoy it so much. Um, and again, as a person, with the whole controversy of him saying, talking, on you shouldn't definitely talk like that, especially today's day and age. I wish we were further, ahead than we are, but we're, things like Morgan Wallen slur, It does, because the way they handled it with taking his, his label, dropped him and all kinds of things, because he said, a derogatory remark about, you know, he didn't say it, they said directly to anyone, but it doesn't matter. I understand that people are like that and talk like that, and that's their prerogative, but that they should do that in their to the in the privacy of their own home if that's what they do. I don't feel like people should act that way in front of their children, because minds are impressionable, and you're trying to raise people to love and to appreciate and to just be united as human beings, and not races and this, that, and the other thing. Everybody has their own opinions on that situation, so I just want to keep it very brief. But Morgan Wallen, he should have definitely not have said that, especially with everywhere you go, you're going to have cameras on you, and people can record you every single moment of every single day. Like, you are a professional, you should know better. I am glad that they made a mock, they made an example of him. But at the same time, I feel like, as human beings, we also have to understand that there is two sides to the quarter. And, I think that at this point they should probably start to, maybe after this big awards ceremony that he's not allowed to be a part of. I feel that there also should be empathy, and they should be able to give him a chance when they feel that he has really made an attempt to honestly set an example moving forward as being a much better influence to our fellow human beings. But as a musician, I love the music. I love what they do. I love just so much about their style. It's so amazing, and that's why Morgan Wallen has been even still getting at the top of streams and everything, because he's so talented and gifted, and a lot of them truly are amazing to watch. And really even more amazing to sit back and just be able to listen to it with headphones, or in your car, or just on a good stereo. Just listen to the amazing musicianship. That's like bands like Journey and Queen, and so many of them that my mind has just been wrapped all around, and it's just been blown in so many directions. I also feel that I am going to end up doing a video. I guess the reason why I'm bringing these up is maybe if you guys have any thoughts on these topics or something like that, you can drop them in the comments. And I would appreciate a subscribe if you like what you see. This video and podcast is going to be brought to you by me. I have no sponsorship. I have, if anything, I'm brought to you by the country band South of 90. Yeah, anyways, moving forward, this will be available on YouTube. It'll be available on SoundCloud. You'll be able to check it out on Spotify. I'm not really sure what episode this is of this podcast. I think it's number 11. I'll know obviously as soon as I'm done and I go to save everything and I upload it. But I am going to end up doing a video. At least I want to. If you guys are interested, you should let me know on starting to do some line dancing videos, or some swing dancing videos, to show people how to do the basic steps to learn. At a time when I was able to get out, I used to teach and go out and I was a big social dancer, and I loved all of it, but I'm home these days, and so is everyone else because of the pandemic. But I think I'm going to do some videos on some basic line dances that I learned as young. I have to look into the copyrights and make sure that I can do it, and then make sure that I have the the legality of it. I believe I might have to just put the author of the dance, if you can find one, up in the description or the comments or something. I'm really not sure how it works yet, but I'll cross that mountain when I get there, because that's what I do. I figure it out. I don't find problems. I find solutions. I like to be a solution factory as much as possible. So, yeah, I think I'm going to put some videos up of that. And I am going to put some more videos up of me playing some songs on the bass. If you've got to check them out already, cool. If you have not, you can check them out. I have a playlist here of them. And here as in on YouTube. Let me clarify. I I did them, and if you check them out, what I ended up liking was the process. It was a lot of fun. But what I did not like was the overall tone, because I was playing the song through a PA system, my small PA system, and playing the bass also through the same PA system, to try and keep the volume tamed and together itself, without being too loud, using my condenser microphone that I have in the room. This room is not very soundproofed, so everything's kind of, wide open sounding and things. So what I'm going to set it up is I have a mixer that I'm going to plug the vocal, or the music rather, and the bass directly into that, but it'll be a digital USB connection, so it will not be being picked up as a condensed, anything. It'll be more isolated. So I think that'll make it sound a lot better. I think it'll make people be able to hear the notes a lot better. So it'll bring a lot of clarity to the overall performance of the songs. The reason why I'm want to post more of them and why I've done it in the past is because I might not play it exactly how it's supposed to be played, or I might not play it, perfectly, but every time I play the songs, I practice them and I get better at them. And making a video really shows you, when you watch back, where you need to be and where not to be in your mind. What parts to think about, what parts to not think about. I've heard, professional bass instructors, like Scott's Bass Lessons, they tell you, that you just got to practice, and you just got to do it to know where you need to be, to where it's effortless, and you need to be relaxed. And if you're wanting to get into playing bass guitar and you are a beginner, you really should check out his page. He's phenomenal. Lots of knowledge, lots of videos. He's been doing it a really long time. Yeah, so if you want to learn, that's who you want to learn some stuff from. At this time, I'm not going to put those type of videos up where I educate. Right now I'm just trying to play the songs and be accountable for how I play them. So I think you guys are going to get to enjoy some of them coming up here very soon. This week I've been on second shift at my job. In fact, it's really late right now, but I knew that I've been wanting to do this, and I had to do something while my game was updating. And I'm glad I really got to sit down with you guys today and talk about some of the things going on. The biggest thing going on this weekend is I'm getting to play a show on Saturday, and then on Sunday is Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there. Happy Mother's Day out there to, all you guys that are out there just doing your very best, whatever it may be. Even bigger shout out to my wife, Amber. I've really wanted this Mother's Day to be special for you, so I hope that you enjoy it, and all that I imagined come true on that day for you. Um, I again can't say enough how thankful I am for so many great people in my life and so many influential people, people that inspire me every day, including all the people that have been, you know, checking out the stream and really, been encouraging me to do these things. Thank you so much. I hope you guys can find, I'm sitting here trying to think of how to go about this ending. But I think I'm just going to have to go strong with what I've been doing because, I really do want people to be happy as they can. I want them to be healthy and as healthy as they can. And I want everyone to not be afraid to live your best life. Because that's what I try to not do is be, afraid of change and no matter what it is, like get out of your comfort zone, be to climb a mountain, you got to reach higher and you got to put yourself in, some situations where you got to really do some thinking and, grab a hold of that rock and pull yourself up. Pony up on it, I guess is the older term now. But let me recap it for you. Happy Mother's Day, everyone. Thank you so much for spending your time of your valuable day listening to me. I hope you were entertained. Stay happy, stay healthy, and don't be afraid to live your best life. Until next time, my friends. That's right. 1, 2, 3. Deuces.